Check 1, 2. What is up? I'm giving people time to kind of roll in. Hopefully you can see my camera. I don't know if that's the camera I want you to see. I don't want you to see the other camera. Yep, that's the one I want you to see. Actually, yeah, that's the camera I want you guys to see. Let's see here. Again, I'm giving people a time to roll in a little bit. As I'm doing this, hopefully you can hear me. I guess raise your hand if you can hear me, just to do me a favor. Okay, thank you. I'm doing like the last minute blast of like, hey, we started the call, so just bear with me. That should take just a few minutes or less. Just wanted to inform everyone who may not know that the event is going on right now. Let's see here. So just give me a few minutes just to let people in. And as you guys are rolling in, I do want to ask a favor. If you guys want to, okay, the title of this topic is going to be who the real competition is and how to fight them, right? And when I say who the real competition is, who is actually in your way in growing your business, in maintaining your business and keeping your sphere and growing your sphere. If you want to like maybe comment who you think that is, or a guess, or maybe you can just say who you think your competition is in general, right? As I'm waiting for people to roll in. But yeah, if you want to do that real quick, just to, again, in the comments, put who you think your competition is in your ability to grow your business, scale it, expand it, whatever you want to call it. Basically, who's in the way of your success or future, I guess is the best way to describe it. So you can kind of put that in there in the chat, because I do want to, I want to know what you guys think, or maybe gauge who you think is out there to get you, right? So again, I'm still waiting for people to roll in, and I'm going to send this email out real quick because I think it helps. What do you call it? Notify people that the live is going on. Again, as I'm waiting for people to roll in, please put in who you think your competition is. Who is it that's in your way, or possibly a danger to your business, or stifling your business, whatever you want to, however you look at it. Can you just put in the chat who you think is your competition? And I actually, when I do this live, meaning when I say live, I say when I do this class in person, when I do it in front of a group of agents, I actually do kind of go around, like I ask everyone to kind of volunteer who they think their competition is, and of course it's live, so they're saying it, directly to me. And I do Zoom at the same time whenever I do these classes. So I actually do, how do I put this? I actually do make sure everyone hears it, because I want everyone to kind of have an idea of what everyone else is thinking, because there's a chance that someone might say something that another person didn't think about, right? So again, if you can put in the chat who you think your competition is. Put my headphones on. Also, I would like to ask, do I sound okay? Like, does my voice sound pretty good? Like, some people have complained before in the past that they could not hear me. and it's my fault. It's what I'm doing is I'm actually streaming live on other channels, and that potentially creates conflicts in the sound in the mic, right? Basically, I'm actually using two mics, and because I'm using two mics, it actually potentially conflicts with each other. You know, like I guess the hardware kind of fights each other, right? Um, so can you guys hear me okay? Do I sound okay? And most importantly, it's for the Zoom people. It's more important that you guys hear me than the stream people, because you guys are the ones who signed up and everything. Stream, I'm just kind of just publicly streaming the content. But the people who sign up for the call, that you guys are the ones that are most important to me, because obviously you guys are actually making an effort to be here, right? So do I sound okay? Anybody? Okay, good. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm going to go ahead and start my stream. And what I'm doing, so you guys know, and I do this because I'm also trying to learn and experiment, but I'm also doing, I'm doing this to sort of learn, but also be able to share how I'm doing it. Like basically what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, because obviously I'm doing this for real estate agents, but maybe you can emulate this system or setup for first-time home buyers or sellers or for sale by owners, etc. Right? So it's kind of like my way of doing some research and development, R&D, and then translating to my audience, people who follow me, people who want to learn from me, and translate to them what they can do potentially, right? So I'm going to share my screen here. Hold on 1 second. Let me go and cancel that. I need to share my actual presentation. That's what I'm more worried about. So you guys can see. And again, as people rolling in and everything, I want to know who you think your competition is, meaning who you think is actually the 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 people that, or the entity or the organization or whatever you want to call it, who you think is actually your actual direct competition, right? And my sound is kind of weird, so let me see if I can fix that. Now, I do want to be honest, this class is going to be longer than normal because it's the first time I've done this class in this platform. Is normally reserved for like almost like a whole day kind of a thing, lunch and learn kind of a thing. So I am probably predicting. So let me see here. Let's see, I'm having trouble here. Big time trouble with my Zoom. Trouble here. Big time trouble with my Zoom. Okay, Jared, you are texting me. I appreciate that. You're saying that the audio is choppy. Does it sound better by any chance? Any chance it sounds better? Does that sound better? Check, 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 check. How to say this? Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1. Again, I am taking my time to make sure everything sounds correctly because check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Let me see here. Try again. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. I'd rather make sure that the Zoom is good and not just the screen. If you guys are watching, I'm sorry. It's not the Wi-Fi, it's, I think it's my setup, but I'm going to go ahead and here's my stream. I'm going to do the Zoom and then I will upload the stream later so that you guys can still get sorry about that. Okay, so what I decided to do is I decided to end the broadcast and only do the Zoom. Okay, that way I can make sure that you guys can hear everything. Fine. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can you guys hear me okay? Can I get like a thumbs up or something? Okay. My sound is really jacked up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just fix this here. Check 1 2, check 1 2. For some reason, I can't hear anything. Check 1 2, check 1 2. You come back. I don't really want in the broadcast or in the Zoom. I don't want to mess this up. Check 1 2. Okay, so I think everything works now. What I decided to do is I decided to not do the stream because I don't want to mess up with the people who are on Zoom. I'm gonna just upload the replay later on. So I appreciate you guys being on this call. I am checking the chat. All right. So I'm sorry, some people I imported, I don't have your name. So it says I imported your name without your name. So it says I think the competition are many competitors right now. Audio is good here in Colorado. Audio is bad now. Hopefully you guys can hear me. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump to it. Again, this is going to be a longer class. Normally I try to do a class that maybe at most 30 minutes, but this one's gonna be a longer class because it's a pretty intense class. And it's the first time I ever did it on this platform. And I don't have it polished yet enough to know how to shorten it and how to make it easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen real quick. Can you guys see my screen? Hopefully. Okay, great. So I'm going to get started. Okay. The world's most valuable resource is no longer oil, but data. This is The Economist 2017. And of course, that should be obvious. But I think a lot of people don't realize how obvious or how important it is because people are not really taking advantage of it. And when I say people, I'm talking about people in any industry, whether you're in real estate, if you're in any kind of sales or growing kind of business, people are not investing as much as they should be into gathering data and such. But all you have to do is follow the big boys: Facebook, Google. In our business, it would be Zillow, Rocket Mortgage, or Quicken. Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're implementing. If you were to actually look at who they're hiring, right? You can actually go to websites where they're hiring people, right? And look at who Zillow is hiring. Look at who Quicken is hiring, and you'll know what they're planning for the future. Okay. So yeah, data. People don't think about it. So I asked everyone to text LarryLee.com at 832-606-2193. It's my online business card, but also there's going to be assets there that I'm going to share with you for free. So if you can text LarryLee.com to 832-606-2193, you'll get those assets. And I'm not going to stay here too long on this one. If you do need the number, whatever, just put in the question and I'll actually put it in the chat for you guys to make sure that you have it, because I do want you to be able to do that for me. Okay. So let me just type that in real quick. I'm going to send it to everyone. Text LarryLee.com to 832-606-2193. And I said, again, when you do that, it'll give you my online business card, which will give you a bunch of assets and access to a lot of things that I want to share with you. Okay. So finding the real competition, how to beat the big marketing companies. Okay. And there's a specific reason why I want to focus on this for you guys as real estate agents. Okay. And a lot of real estate agents and loan officers too. Okay. A lot of real estate agents and loan officers are making this mistake and they don't realize it. And it's actually going to hurt their future business. And it's something very simple. It's not something complicated. It's something that you're doing naturally, and it's actually going to hurt you. Okay. So the multi-billion-dollar, actually the question that was asked was from 2000 to 2004, Google's profit margin increased by 3,509%. What changed at Google? Okay. So the question again, and this is my friend David, he posted this and I was able to answer it correctly, but he asked from 2000 to 2004, Google's profit margins increased by 3,509%. What changed at Google? And I actually said they made their search engine page simplified to what it was today, when all other search engines still pummeled them with all sorts of ads and content. So if you remember, for you older folks, when you were on like Yahoo or web crawler or whatever, those old like pre-Google search engines, there was a lot of shit on the screen when you got to the website. There was ads everywhere, and it was very convoluted, very confusing, right? Google, if you notice, is very simple. It's literally the search box, and you actually can put feeling lucky, right? But it's really simple. And he said halfway there, and then I said Google AdWords, based on what was search, was exactly what was put up top. Based on what was searched was exactly what was put up top of the search results. No more arbitrary ads. Now it's tailored to the word search. So what I mean by that is, before, when you were Googling web crawler or Yahoo or whatever, and you typed in Harley Davidson, you might not see a Harley Davidson ad on top. You might see an ad for lingerie, right? Basically, whoever paid the top dollar for that spot is what was advertised. So you're Googling, or not, let's take the word Google away from this. You're searching for Harley Davidsons, but you see an ad for the lingerie up top, which, I guess that might work out. Who knows, right? But Google, the way Google did it was, whatever you search, that's what popped up as ads, but also what popped up as search. If you notice, when you go to Google and you type in, let's say, I don't know, real estate, you'll see, the larger real estate companies, or I guess real estate aggregators will be up top, like Zillow, right? Will be up top, and it'll look like a search result, but it'll say ad or sponsored ad. And it'll be like the first 2 or 3 that are ads. And then you'll find the organic search, or the organic search result that you're supposed to get. So let's say someone searched Larry Lee Lender, right? And I'm not going to demonstrate because you can probably picture it. They search Larry Lee Lender. The first thing that should pop up should be my website, right? But no, it's not. It's going to be Texas real estate, house, or Bank of America, or Quicken. Those would be the first results, even though they have nothing to do with Larry Lee, right? But because Google knows that you're searching for mortgage people, they're going to put the clients that are paying them the top dollar to be on the top search, and then they'll put me on like number 2 or 3, right? So, but yeah, like I said, marketing is a conversation area else, like Yahoo web crawler was talking and pitching the highest bidders. Google listened first and then pitched the most relevant bidders. Everybody wins. Everybody, as in the client who's paying for the ad space or the search engine ranking, and of course, the person searching for the information. So that's the multi-billion dollar answer, right? Why does this affect you? I will tell you in a moment. But first, why does this affect you? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Okay. I want you to understand what I mean by that. What is it that the Don, what was he saying, right? He was saying that you need to have intel. You need to know what's going on with your competition. You need to know what's going on with your enemies, right? So keep your friends close, but your enemies closer means you need to know your enemies better than you know your own friends. Okay. So every battle is won before it's fought by Sun Tzu. I also believe in this. It means that preparation is key, and you don't want to get in a fight if you don't know if you're going to win, right? So whose goal is it to put you out of business, right? And this is who I think the real competition is, right? Not the real estate agent next door, not the loan officer that's across the street from me. These are the people that are trying to put you out of business, right? These are the people that are designed, they're built, they're invested into, they're trading in the stock market. Their goal is to put you and me out of business. Okay. And there's more, but these are the ones that I can think of, right? Introducing Quicken Loans' sister company, Rocket Homes, which should be old news, right? I mean, this is from 2019. Okay, it should be old news, but a lot of people don't know about Rocket Homes. Okay, and let me explain to you why this is actually relevant to you as a real estate agent, even if you're not involved in mortgages. Okay, they are offering people. They say, we want to help you find and finance your next home. So we put together a special offer that can save you thousands, our Power Pack. Offer guides you through buying your next home with the help of our sister company, Rocket Homes Real Estate. Okay. So basically what they're saying is that since you are with Quicken Loans, since you are using Quicken Loans as your lender, we want to offer you on your next move our Power Pack, which involves working with our real estate company, right? So let's say you had a client that went through Quicken, they got closed, whatever. Now they're being serviced by Quicken, and for like the next 30 years, they're going to be a Quicken customer. But maybe a couple of years down the line, Quicken sends this email to that client. Now they're endorsing someone else to help with the real estate side, not you, right? Not you who actually got them the client probably, or maybe was just part of the transaction. No, they're trying to promote another real estate entity. After working with Quicken Loans and Rocket Homes to sell your current home, again, sell your current home and purchase your next, you'll receive 0.5% back on your home sale and 0.5% back on your new home purchase. And 1% of your new home loan amount will be credited to your closing costs. Altogether, this equals thousands in savings. So not only are they endorsing someone else for the real estate side to sell their house and of course buy the house, they're also going to pay the client to do this. They're going to give them incentives. They're going to give money back on their loan and money back on the actual cost of selling and buying, right? Again, they're still your clients. Okay. Quicken. That's why you should run if you have a client who's trying to go with Quicken, or you should tell them don't use Quicken. Okay. Because this is what's going to happen. Okay. All right. And I'm going to allow people to talk and upgrade people to panelists. Again, the problem is, why are you losing to these .com real estate companies? They are paid to steal your clients. It is these companies' goals to steal your client and put you out of business, period. And guess what? Some you are paying them to do it, like Zillow, right? Their resources are vast. They have investors and shareholders with multi-million-dollar valuations, which means more power, and they own the data. They know everything about everybody and will adapt on every mouse swipe and keyboard click. So they know everything about every single person that's on their website and opted in, or maybe they got pixeled, like they went to the website and then now they're going someplace else. Well, Google still knows what you're doing, right? And if you thought Rocket Mortgage was scary, check this out. Let me show you. Okay. They actually have their Rocket Homes, and it's been going on since 2011. I bet you most people didn't know this. Most people did not know that Rocket Home existed. A real estate side of Rocket Mortgage or Quicken Loans has been around since 2011. Okay. Now, before I get more into this, I want to show you something. Okay. And this is another kind of a thing that you can do. You can actually spy on your competition, right? You can actually steal. You can actually steal their marketing or their content or their basically their intel, right? How much money they spend on marketing and research and everything, you actually steal from them, and it's legal. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Page transparency. When you go to their Facebook page, right? Rocket Homes. This is Rocket Mortgage, right? You can go to page transparency. You go to see all, right? And you actually see if they're running ads. This page is currently running ads, right? So I can see Rocket Mortgages or Rocket Homes ads. Go to ad library and it will show you every single one of their ads that are going on right now. Right? This is one of the ads right here. There's another ad right here, right? And they just started running them on the 26th. So whatever it is that they're doing, they just started it. Okay. And these are the platforms they're sharing on. This is what the ad looks like. Right. And if you go to the other places like Opendoor or whatever, right, there are some of them that will have hundreds of ads, and some of them are still, they've been running for a year or so. So this tells me that they are already trying to get in front of your clients, right? You know, actually, I am curious. I want to look at what Opendoor is doing, right? Yep, that's their page. Pretty sure because it's has like a whole lot of followers and likes. I'm pretty sure this is their page. Page transparency. Let's see here. Oh, they're not running ads. That's very surprising. Let's try Redfin. And you know, of course, they're probably pixeling me right now. That might be the wrong page here because I don't see the check mark. This one has a check mark. Let's see here. They're running ads. Look how many ads they have up. I mean, it's pretty scary. Okay. Like this is how many ads they have currently running right now actively. Okay. And see, this one's been running since 2000. Oh, this is actually inactive. Find one that's active. That's kind of cool. They let you see the inactive ones. Okay, so this one's been running since December. And from my perspective, my theory is if they have an ad that's running for more than a couple months, then it's probably a high producing ad. It's probably an ad that's working well, right? It looks like they changed a lot of these ads in the last year. Okay, so maybe they had a new campaign or maybe something inspired them to change. This one's been running since November, so this must be a good ad, right? This one's been running since October. That must be a good ad, right? Because it's still running. They're still investing money into it. Okay. So again, you can actually spy on the competition and see what they do. What I'm trying to demonstrate to you is that we're fighting against these people. These people have, I mean, I don't know who on this call might have an ad on Facebook, but do you have 10 ads going, 20 ads going? How much money are they spending behind these ads? Right? The competition is not only out marketing us, but they're also way better funded than we are. Okay. So again, they're the people that we should actually be focusing our energy on, focusing our I guess our target on, right? Mortgage at a push of a button. How about a home purchase or list your home with the push button? This is what Rocket Home is offering. Okay. So Rocket Mortgage is trying to take people out, take people like me out of business, but they're also trying to take people like you out of business. Okay. Real estate is a market share business. Whatever they take, we lose. It's a zero-sum game. And I know people say, oh, we're in a abundance, environment. There's a lot of business to go around. No, there is literally a number of buyers and sellers, period. And if They take one. That's one that's not. That's one that's no longer available to the rest of us. Okay, that's just the truth. And these people are aggregators. They're doing it on a high level, on a massive scale. Okay, so let's just put it this way. Not only are they doing it now, but they're doing it for the future, just like that letter that you saw. Okay, they have a team of geniuses plotting, masters and PhDs whose jobs is to find ways to automate your job. Okay. They support power to the people mindset, which means no power for you. What I mean by that is their goal is to get consumer facing. Their goal is to give the consumer as much access, as much power, as much abilities, so that they don't have to work with you. They can cut out the middleman. Okay. They profit from devaluing you and therefore devaluing your paycheck. Okay. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard or seen or whatever, or maybe you've read that our commissions are shrinking more and more because of this. Okay. Some people just join. I'm going to just keep on allowing people to talk and become panelists. All right. So they are changing the market. And this is kind of an older post, but this is actually another loan officer. He says, Zillow just called to make an offer on my house. And then he said the exact words from a consultant mouth was, they don't care about realtors because they are changing the market. Okay. So this is like firsthand. I mean, see, I'm interacting with them. Okay. This is a firsthand post from someone I know. Okay. It's not the first time they killed off an industry. And I made this post like back in 2007. A lot of people didn't listen, right? But I go, guess who founded Zillow? The same guys who founded Expedia. Remember travel agents? Neither do I. Okay. And I'm still convinced. People say, oh, I use a travel agent. Yeah. You are not the norm. You are an exception, right? If someone says I use travel agents because they want that service or whatever, but I'm telling you, most people, like my wife included, do not use travel agents. They use Expedia or they use book.com or booking.com, whatever. They don't use an actual agent. They go straight to the website and book their crap because it's cheaper and easier and quicker, right? This is actually important. It's a lot to read, but I want to read it because I want you to understand the danger. Okay. It's clearly not the same amount of work. This is the CEO of Zillow, right? You've been quoted as saying that you foresee real estate agents being moved from the center of the transaction to the outside because information empowered consumers will need less involvement from service providers. Will this push commissions down? He said, the commission-based business model is under a great deal of pressure because of the work people are doing for themselves to buy and sell homes, and because of the amount that homes have appreciated. The California Association of Realtors have done a study that said that somebody using the internet in the transaction spent 1.94 weeks with an agent before making an offer versus a traditional buyer who would spend 7 weeks with a realtor before making an offer. That to me is a great illustration of the gap. That compensation system today pays both of those services providers the same amount of work, but it's clearly not the same amount of work. Okay. So, I mean, translation, he's saying that people who use the internet to buy a house versus people who don't, there's a lot less work for those people. So the pay, the compensation is the same for both, but it's not the same amount of work. I mean, that's literally what he's saying, right? Like he's basically saying we're overpaid. That's what he's saying. Okay. The digital footprint is larger than yours. So they have more brand recognition and trust. Indifference is of scale. They will promise the world and not care if they don't deliver because they have so much business coming in. This is very true. And again, I don't like to talk about, other people in a bad light, but this is true for a lot of the larger mortgage companies. They will pre-approve everyone, they'll pre-qualify everyone and not really do the work. And if it ends up like they don't qualify at the end of the day, they don't care because you're just a number, right? You're one of thousands of clients that they have. They don't care, right? So if they screw you over or they piss you off or they don't deliver, I mean, I have clients all the time reaching out to me saying, I applied with this place. I haven't heard from them. I keep getting loan officers switched on me. Now they're raising my rate. I hear this all the time. They don't care because they don't answer to anybody. And they have so much business coming in that they don't care about each individual buyer or client, right? And they can cut fees and commissions. They deal in sheer volume, so they'll undercut you like Walmart does, the mom and pop shops. Okay, head to head, you will lose. Period. Okay. Have you heard of Knock? It's a home buying. This says home buying selling doesn't have to be difficult. We'll not move into your new home before we sell the old one. Oh yeah, of course you're able to sell the house before, or move into a house before you sell it. So, in USAA, which again I don't like to talk bad about other places, but it's just the fact that you can Google yourself. USAA doesn't give a shit about the Better Business Bureau, right? Look at their customer rating. 1.5 stars out of 470 customer reviews. They're not part of the Better Business Bureau. They don't care. So what am I saying? I'm saying they can screw up. They can be bad at their job, and it doesn't matter. They don't care, right? It doesn't matter to them because they make so much money in business and their branding so good that reviews don't matter to them. It's irrelevant to them. 1,260 complaints, right? This is who the aggregators are. Okay. Why does Texas-based USAA have an F rating from the Better Business Bureau, and why doesn't the company seem to care? Well, you can read the article, but it pretty much spells it out right here. They mishandled thousands of personal checking accounts. 49 complaints against the business that were not resolved. We resolve and solve every complaint. We just don't do that with the Better Business Bureau. Sorry, that's funny to me because he's saying, well, we do take care of the clients. We do make them happy. We just don't do it in front of the Better Business Bureau. So the 12,000 complaints here, those are the ones that are not being reported, right? That's what they're saying, right? We've made the decision to not share with the Better Business Bureau in part because we're not required to do so. They're not the regulators of ours. Okay, I guess you were fine with having F rating, right? I guess that's what they're saying. I don't even need to talk about this. We all know that Zillow stock's going up. Okay, this one is interesting. Up Nest, it compares agents save thousands by cutting your commission, basically, right? Because what they're doing, not only, I mean, how do you save thousands, right? Okay, you're going to save thousands on your agent. How? Where's the thousand being saved? In your commission. That's where it's being saved at. Okay, they're basically pitting, people who are willing to cut their commissions against each other, right? It's a race to the bottom. Is basically what Up Nest is. Okay. And I didn't put this in the presentation. I wanted to, but I don't know if you guys have heard or remember there was like maybe it's still going on where there was like an offer where if you go with Amazon, whatever, you can get like an Amazon real estate agent, you can get like, $500 or whatever towards Amazon, right? And they make it sound like it's free. They make it sound like, oh yeah, if you use us, then you're gonna get, access to Amazon shopping, whatever. Who do you think pays for that? Right? It's not Amazon who pays for it. It's the agent paying for it. Okay. So again, it's the race to the bottom. Okay. And it's because they own the data and they charge a high price, our own livelihood, right? They own the matrix and we're just human batteries. Being plugged in means they literally know us better than we do ourselves. They will sell the data to the highest bidders and they will literally they will literally sell the data back to us, right? They'll sell our data to ourselves, and I'll get into that soon in a couple of slides. We pay them because they have control. Attention is the most profitable asset, and they have a lot of it, meaning they have attention. Okay, don't forget these. You don't know. Don't forget these. You don't know about Facebook from Housing Wire, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Redfin, all household names in the real estate listing world, right? Well, those companies now have some serious competition from a company that boasts an audience that dwarfs all of those sites put together. Facebook. That's right. Facebook is coming for real estate listing. This might be outdated, right? But basically, Facebook has decided to start promoting listings and such on their website. Okay, and of course, they control data and blah 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 blah. So they're going to be pitting against Zumper and such, right? Should Zillow be worried? I don't know. I think maybe. Costco. This to me is another headache. I hear a lot of people. I've actually lost clients to Costco. I don't know how, but they ended up financing with Costco instead because maybe they have a low rate. I don't know. Who knows, right? But I mean, it's getting to the point where you can get a mortgage in a bulk bag of rice at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to buy get more dog food. Well, you can apply for a mortgage at the same time, right? That's what they're doing. They're going straight to the consumer, right? Amazon enters the real estate business with the Realogy partnership. That's the one I'm talking about, right? Amazon saying if you're a Realogy agent, whatever, you'll get like a certain, I don't know, something for your house. I forget what it was, but again, who's paying for it, right? Turnkey, buy a home with the top names in real estate, get thousands back in Amazon products. There it is, right there. Who's going to pay for the thousands in Amazon products? Not Amazon. Amazon's not going to pay for that. Someone else is. Okay, so this is another thing that I think a lot of people aren't aware of. Gmail actually can be scanned by Zillow. Okay, what I mean by that is, you can read this article later, but I'll just give you like the short version. She had client information in her Gmail account, and she's a part of Zillow Premier Agent, whatever, and she got a new lead. She looked at the lead, and the lead was her client, like her client that she got organically, like a referral, was sent to her as a new lead in Zillow. So somehow they found out by going through, because Zillow allows you to I guess log in with your Gmail account, right? Like you can choose, instead of having a password and like a username, you can actually just log in directly using your Gmail, and that's basically giving Zillow access to all your Gmail and all the information inside Gmail. Okay. You probably know a lot of this, all the different companies that Zillow has been buying, right? Dotloop is one of them, right? Consumer direct and fintech as in financial technology. Okay. And of course, us loan officers are really scared about it because they really are getting into the space that we might end up, we might not end up being able to beat them out in. Like they're so much faster, they have so much resources that they're able to do more than we can, and therefore outmaneuver us and charge lower rates or whatever it is that they're doing. Offer crap like Rocket Mortgage is, 0.5% towards the loan or whatever. Yeah. So this is a meme I made back in 2017. So again, whenever you go to Gmail, you get ads in your Gmail account, right? People think Google is innocent, right? But Google is actually probably the one that's actually creating all these problems, because Google is the one that's scanning your computer, scanning your searches, scanning your Gmails, and selling it, right? They're selling it. Like Google sold that lady's information to Zillow, right? I mean, again, she was a Zillow Premier Agent. She got a lead. The lead was her client. And the only way that they knew about that client was going through Gmail. So Google stole that information and sold it to Zillow. And this is an example. Tio is my partner when I did this class. And again, that is a very unique name, Tio Pfister Mortgage, right? I mean, there's not many people named Tio Pfister, right? I typed in the search, and guess what's the first thing I see? Not Tio, SecureTexasLending.com. And then I see First Financial Bank. So on Google, the trusted source for information, I'm going to search for something. I want the best information possible. I type in Tio Pfister. I want to know about Tio, and they send me 2 other bullshit results before I see Tio's information. Okay. And when I did that search, all of a sudden I started seeing Texas Lending ads in my inbox, right? See, we want to buy your home. Zillow Premier Agent, become Premier Agent. Our mission: provide the best way to buy and sell home, period. This is from offerpad.com. Okay. And this is me. I'm listening to music on Google, and this ad popped up after I did that search. Why does it matter that Google started exploding on profits and growth through the keyword searches? Because they sell the data to the highest bidder, and that can provide for that data is supply and demand, right? All right. So this is where if you guys are still here, which it looks like if you guys are, this is the part that I want you to sort of kind of focus on, right? Because I mean, I'm hoping that the first, 30 minutes, 15 minutes of this call is obvious. Like you already know this. If you don't, well, now you do, right? This is the part that I want you to focus on. Why I'm trying to pummel this information into your head. Okay. So just imagine Betty and Bob, the buyers, right? Betty and Bob. We love you, agent. You're so smart and friendly. So, agent, which lender should we call to get pre-qualified? This is where I get it. I come in. Okay. And this is the reason why and again, you have to imagine this is a presentation I provide for my realtor partners and lunch and learns physically and locally. Okay. But I think anyone can benefit from this. So I don't even care if you and I are working together. I just want you to understand how to protect your business. Okay. So again, which lender should we call to get pre-qualified? I recommend that you call one of these three lenders. Again, right? This is something that a lot of agents believe they have to do. I've done research. It's not true. But of course, I don't know the real estate world, but it's not true. But of course, if you still insist that you want to give away three lenders, you can. You can go ahead and do that, right? But I'm going to tell you what's happening when you do that. When you say, okay, I have three lenders I can refer to you. Okay, here's three business cards, right? Because again, that's what you are trained to do, right? You're trained to give three names, right? So this is what this agent's doing. He's giving three names out, right? Betty and Bob says, how do we know which is the best lender to use? They don't know, right? Because they ask you for a recommendation. You give them three names. Okay, now how do I decide between the three names? Who I should use? We'll Google them and research them on Facebook. Because that's what you're going to do, right? Like if you are given three names for lenders and you don't know which one's the better one, you're going to Google them. You're going to do some research. You're going to stalk them. Okay, well, let me Google Larry the Mortgage Guy. Let me Google Theo Pfister. Let me Google, so-and-so loan officer, right? Because how else would you find out who's the lender you should use, right? So you're going to go into Google and you're going to go on Facebook and start searching. Wait, there's not much on these lenders, but what is this? Rocket Mortgage says we can get 3% interest rate with a push of a button. Good thing we Googled. Okay. Good thing they got on the internet and started searching for lenders because Rocket Mortgage got them. Right? Look, Sweetums, those nice Rocket guys mortgage sent us a letter. The Power Pack letter I talked about earlier. You'll receive 0.5% back on your home sale and 5.5% back on your new home purchase, and 1% of your new loan amount will be credited to your closing costs. Shut the front door. We're so stupid. How can we even talk to the agent? We would have lost out on this great deal. This is the agent. No, I understand. You have to do what's best for your family. No, don't worry about it. I'm fine. Please don't forget me if any of your friends need to buy or sell a house. They said they love me and I was so smart. Why do I keep losing my clients to online brokerages? Because you don't refer one lender, you refer three. That's why. Because you force your clients to get online and search who they should work with and basically send them to the wolves. Right? Yeah. Why? How does the Google affect you, the agent? You do it every day. You give your clients three lenders for them to call, and you allow the client to be exposed to the companies whose job is to put you out of business, or you depend on the lender to eventually call your clients, or you follow up on your leads too late. Okay, so again, I'm kind of giving a couple of lessons, I guess. You're giving multiple referrals, or you depend on the lender to eventually call your client. So you say, hey, call this client. Here's their name, number, email, whatever. You don't do like a hard handoff, right? Or I guess a hot handoff, or you give the client the information and say, just call the lender whenever you can. And of course that gives the client time to Google it or whatever. But basically you're not making a direct hard handoff, right? Or you follow the leads too late. Okay. And this is another lesson, whatever. And I really don't want to talk about the lead thing because that's not really that's too much information in one class. But basically what I'm preaching is you just have to follow faster on your leads. Okay. And this is me, trying to promote having us help you with your lead follow. Okay. You're not the competition. Other agents, not the competition. .coms are the competition, and they're kicking our asses. Okay. And of course, it's talking about like response time to leads and such, and how dramatically the contact rate drops if you don't follow faster, right? It increases 100 times if you wait more than 30 minutes or more than 5 minutes to respond, right? And again, that's just more information. Why does my contact rate drop by 100 times in 5 minutes? Online brokerages and lenders got your lead. That's why. So again, let me try to break down what I mean by that. If you got a lead, however, Zillow or Facebook or whatever, somehow you found out that they're looking to buy houses. There's probably a strong chance that that person is also online looking up information. Maybe they're looking at houses. Maybe they're researching you, right? They're doing something, but it's going to be connected to real estate. The computer is telling Google this. The computer is telling Facebook this. This person is looking at real estate related content. So again, it's like a target, right? The target has landed on fresh meat, someone who's looking at houses. So while they're waiting to talk to you or waiting to talk to the lender, or whatever, or hear from you because you got the information but you haven't called them yet, they're being pummeled by Google and Zillow and Redfin and Rocket Mortgage and whoever. Okay. And now all of a sudden it's harder to convert them. All of a sudden they're ghosting you. All of a sudden they're not as responsive, or they're asking you for a discount. Hey, I have a friend, or I saw an advertisement for 1% commissions. Can you provide that? Right. For inquiries submitted on the web, 70% of sales go to the first company to respond. Okay. And that's actually really important. So again, for inquiries submitted on the internet, 70% of sales go to the first person to respond, the first people to reach out to them. Okay. And this is just me showing you like how the lead journey is. So what's the solution? Have a private IDX, follow up on leads faster, and stop recommending multiple lenders. Do sell the crap out of one lender, and the lender must follow up ASAP. Okay. And I know you guys, some of you guys on this call is probably guilty of that. What I mean by that is you give the lender the information, or you tell the person to call the lender whenever, and you kind of just leave it to chance, right? You kind of just, you kind of just say, hopefully they'll call, whatever, right? And, it happens to me too. It happens to me where like I get a referral or a client and I just can't call them fast enough, right? Like me as a person, physically, I cannot call them fast enough, right? So I do have a solution for that. And I don't want to gloss over this too much. Stop recommending multiple lenders. Actually, let me go over this one. You're only confusing your clients, forcing them to do their own research. The moment a person starts typing keywords into a search engine is when all the super rich marketing companies start cashing in on the data they paid to leverage. Okay, which should be obvious. And then, of course, this is an article showing why you don't need to give out 3 business cards. It's not a arrest violation. There's no legal liability. Okay, CMPS Institute, if you want to Google that. But I'm going to give you this slide so you can read that later on. Okay, but basically, it's telling you that you don't need to give out 3 cards. Do sell the crap out of the lender. Learn to protect your pipeline. Team up with an ally, meaning have someone that you can depend on, someone that you can call and they'll pick up the phone. You can text them. Their process. They know your process. The buyers are depending on you to be the professional, and a good service provider knows how to refer the right people. Not having a go-to guy or gal leaves the client to question your actual prowess as an expert. ABC, as in always be closing, even with the handoff. Okay. And of course, the lenders must follow up ASAP. How responsive is your lender? Do they suck at communicating like most lenders? If your lender is bad at picking up the phone or does not have some sort of system provide instant response to your clients, you are exposing your clients to a landmine of online marketers. Remember, time kills deals. Are you still doing manual labor? Are you still sending your clients to a lender manually via email, text, or phone call, leaving a voicemail, hoping that the lender is available to manually respond via email, text, or phone call, or actually listens to their voicemails? How many texts can you send at a time on your phone using only your thumbs? How many emails can you send at a time using your keyboard and mouse? Although John Henry did beat the steam drill, don't forget, he also died trying. So what's your next move? Build your new system now. Okay, become your own Zillow in Rocket Mortgage. A former branch manager and mentor said to me, you can't beat the Rocket on the internet, but you can damn sure beat him in your own backyard. Okay, so what that told me is that, yeah, I can't beat Rocket Mortgage or Zillow, when it comes to the internet and it comes to the world or the United States or whatever. But I can definitely be the Rocket or Zillow in my niche, in my neighborhood, in my hyper local community. I can be that. Okay. Unless you're thinking I can't depend on my lender to respond faster than the Rocket, right? You can have option 1. You can forget finding the .coms and give up on technology. Basically, just throw your hands up, like it is what it is, right? Or number 2, you can quit real estate and start driving Uber. Or option 3, team up with the pros and let us do it, meaning us, right? And of course, this is me trying to sell like my CRM system that I employ for my referral partners. Allow our team to show you how do we handle referrals sent to you by our real estate partners using our built-in automated system and dedicated responder. Meaning, when you give us a referral or a lead, whatever, we have a system that we put them through, and they get immediate, follow up and communication right away. Okay. Again, it's not manual; it's automated. Okay. And there's more to it, but I don't want to get into that because this is more for, again, my local real estate partners I'm trying to sell to. Okay. Rolas LLC is the company I run. It's a 6-figure ad and marketing agency, less than a year, 50,000 leads generated for our clients. We have 200 marketing clients, virtual assistants with over, and that's higher now, in terms of real estate related production. And we've coached, trained, and presented to over 100,000 real estate agents. Okay. The Larry team will build from immaculate communication. The team does the loans. I do the follow-up. We provide an IDX. If you need one, we built the perfect referral system. And if you need to refer multiple lenders, well, there's me and my transaction coordinator who's about to be licensed. So there's 2 of us there, right? And my wife is also licensed too. So I can cover your 3 if you need it, right? This is my wife's conversion rate. This is her being pitted against other people in her job, calling leads and converting them. Out of 381 leads, 155 were converted by her. 155 were applications from her versus the rest of the team. Okay. That's my wife's conversion rate. This is my CRM's conversion rate, 22% response rate. Okay. We know how well our campaigns work. 66% response rate on that campaign, 22% response rates on that campaign, 52% response rate on this campaign, 8% on that one, 90% on this one, 10%, 19%. We know our response rate, and it's higher than the typical response rate. How to start? Set up a strategy mastermind meeting with us to discuss our potential synergy. We need you and want to earn the right to be your partner. And this is like, the system that I built, sort of a map. These are just, what do you call it? Testimonials. You can always read that later if you want. Kind of going real quickly. Here's the team. My transaction coordinator, like I said, he's about to get licensed. There's me. I'm a certified veteran mortgage advisor, branch manager, and I also run my own ad agency. I got Norma. She's one of my loan officers. Pamela, she is my Spanish-speaking loan officer. And Mariko is also a senior loan officer, but she's also a production manager. She makes sure our loans close on time and smoothly. And if it doesn't, then she starts kicking the ass and finding out why, right? And this, this actually doesn't apply. So any questions? I think I kind of went over that really fast. That was usually a 2-hour class, and I finished it in an hour. Yeah, so any questions? Where is my Zoom thing? There it is. Anyone want to unmute or chat a question? I went through that fast, so I'm sorry about that.
Hey, Larry.
Yes. What's up, Brad?
Tell me, so is this an all-encompassing thing you have, like CRM and follow-up campaigns, or how does this work?
So, actually, I might be able to show you. Okay, so my Foobot system, I actually run this company, right? It's a CRM. It's designed to be really simple and easy. Anyone can use it. And when I say anyone, I'm talking about, like, I had like 40 loan officers from Van Knight Mortgage who are like old using it, and they used it well, right? So it's built to literally send out a series of scheduled drip campaign emails, text messages, and voicemails. Really easy to edit and add, but I actually built it all out for you. And I have virtual assistants who build it out for you as well. But the dashboard looks like Messenger. See, these are people actually responding. And you literally just, the information is on the right. So I took that out, but you literally just put in here, you can text or email them directly, and it keeps it like a dialogue of messages, right? And whenever you have it scheduled, it actually shows you like how many, like 200 messages scheduled. And actually you can see all the messages and when it's going to send out. So if they don't respond, then the messages are still there. If they respond, then it turns it off automatically. So let's say I have 100 messages set up for the next year being scheduled to send to this one lead. If they respond, it turns it all off. And then now you as the human have to take over, because that's what Foobots is. Foobots, or FUbots, stands for follow-up bots or follow-up automation. Their job is to automate the follow-up system and start the conversation. They start the conversation, meaning there's a response. then they did their job. They no longer are working. They're dead. They did their job. They, self-destructed. Now it's your turn as a human to take over. Okay. So this is why I offer my referral partners. What I mean by that is I have an account that I will share, because obviously if you have leads that are coming in and you're allowing me to use my CRM to follow up with them, then now we're sharing the leads. They're my leads too, right? So I will put them through the system to make sure that they get follow up. And I literally annoy the crap out of these leads. Okay. We have a campaign called the 10 Days of Pain, right? I mean, it literally, like, it has gone to the point where it pisses people off, right? But it's designed to get conversions. It's designed to get people to answer, right? So yeah, this is something that I offer my referral partners when we work together. Okay.
Okay. Well, okay. I have two. Okay. I'm in Kentucky, and where do you get the content to follow up with like the different offers that we would have? Do we provide that to you?
What do you mean the different offers?
Well, like different offers as far as well, you get the home value offers, or you have like a say like a dream home offer, or just a different offer, which would be different ads you might run.
So you can actually create your own if you wanted to. Okay. I've curated like different organizations and companies that provide scripts. Some of them are larger. I even have a Zillow campaign in there, right? So it really depends on what you would want to use. Okay. But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to create your own, you can always do that, right? There's no preventing you from that, because it's designed for you to be able to customize it. Okay. But I have like 50 built in already that I either I use myself or someone shared with me. And I have clients like right now, like I don't even know how many, but it's in the dozens who are using the CRM on a daily basis at a very high level. They're getting conversions and such. Okay. So we share scripts with each other. Actually, let me see if I can show you some scripts or whatever. Okay, yeah. So this one has 88 campaigns. This is actually my personal account, right? So like I have, of course, one's designed for me as a loan officer, but I have one's designed for my referral partners. So here's a 29 touch drip. It says agents. That means I built it to be from an agent's perspective, meaning the person sending the message is an agent, right? And this is the conversation I have with them, right? Day one, did you get information you has about your listing yet? Have you gotten pre-approved? Most realtors won't to you to see homes unless you've been pre-approved, right? So that's an example. Check us out. People love us. This talks about our reviews. I can't give up on you, right? Mom used to say time is everything. So this is trying to become more human, right? Again, this is initial, like 10 days, right? But I have campaigns that go as far as 600 days. So this is a 600 day, 120 touch aggressive campaign, right? Or aggressive and smooth. So we can go as far as a year later. How much money does it take to buy a home? Right? It's just content that I found online that we built into our CRM, right? Monthly home search. Are you ready to buy your next home? A lot of it is not really educational content. It's more like questions and trying to create conversation and thought. Why not listen to your emotions when buying your next home, right? Just some tips and ideas, but not really like educational content. And these are very simple text-based emails. Two reasons why I like the text-based emails. Number one, they get less likely to be flagged as spam when you send out the emails. And number two, again, I'm trying to make the most simplest follow-up system possible, because I'm all about ease of use for the end user, meaning, referral partners, agents, my clients, myself, other loan officers. But I also made it so that you're not spending thousands of hours trying to create the perfect email. It's really just messages. And I actually have campaigns where I took a text message campaign, like 10 messages, and I made an email version, and that's 20 touches. So I send the same email as the same text at the same time. So I'm touching them twice, because who knows if they're looking at their emails, maybe they only look at their text messages, or maybe they're ignoring their text messages, but they're looking at their inbox, right? Because they're on their computer opting in on realtor.com or whatever, you know? So yeah, it really depends, but the content, there's already like a bunch of them built in, but you can always add your own. Like you can literally, I mean, I'll show you exactly how easy it is. Add new, right? New campaign, start from scratch. I don't know why I do that. Brad's campaign. 0128 22. Auto stop, time zone. Let's make it central. Create. All right. There's my blank template. Add new. I want to add an email. Hi, it's Brad. Hey, it's Brad. You're a realtor. Call me. Save. Done. Already added an email. Let me add a text. Hey, it's Brad. Did you get my email? Question mark. Save. Done. Now I got a text and email campaign sent immediately. If I wanted to send something a day later, text message. Let's make it 2 days later. Let's make it 8 a.m. They won't ever send like midnight, whatever. Hey, are you ignoring me? Question mark. Save. Done. I got a 3-touch campaign. I built it in less than a minute. This is why I use the CRM. This is why I sell the CRM. This is why I employ the CRM. This is why I promote it. And I have my referral partners use it, because it's literally that easy. So yeah, does that help answer your question?
Yeah, that was that answered my question.
Cool.
What about me being in Kentucky? Still good?
My wife might be licensed in Kentucky. Let me see here real quick. And again, I mean, obviously I want to work with everybody if I can, but this is really just informational purposes. So I don't care
Okay.
if you and I work together. It's just the idea that you should follow up. And FoodBots is a system that, you know, I use for my referral partners, but you can also sign up for as well. I can look up Kentucky to see where, like, if my wife might be licensed. If she's not licensed in it, I can probably refer you to someone who might be using the same system as me, who would probably be glad to help follow up with your leads. So no matter what, we'll have someone that we'll have a conversation about it. But yeah, I can probably find someone for you, Brad.
Okay, sounds good, man.
Cool. Any other questions or ahas? Maybe something you learned today. Maybe my stuff's outdated and you're like, this is old news, Larry. I mean, I don't know. Does anyone have a feedback or anything? Stop the share here. I've been using the wrong camera. Yeah, that's the camera I want to use. Any questions, anybody? Stacy says she had to go. All right. So that makes me wonder. I mean, did I teach something that was relevant, or again, was it old news? Was it, you know, oh, well, this is duh, right? I mean, does everyone here have a go-to lender that they send all their deals to, or do they still share 3 business cards, right? Does anyone know how easy and quick it is to have your clients stolen from you and from anyone else whenever you send them to the interwebs to start doing research, right? I mean,
That was good. That was good information, Larry. I've always been under the impression, because when we do our law classes, they scare the crap out of us, as they're supposed to, I guess. But yeah, that cleared up some things for me. And with that said, that was good information about the lenders.
appreciate it. And you know, what is the generic answer or question? Ask your broker, right? Just make sure. I mean, again, you know, I like to be transparent with you guys. Whenever we hear an agent say, oh, well, I have to share your information in 2 other lenders, we roll our eyes, because we know it's bullshit. We know that's wrong, right? And maybe the agent saying that to us to kind of brush us off, you know, like that's their no, right? Oh yeah, I'll share your information, but I have to share it to 2 other lenders. And that's basically code for, we're never going to get anything from them, right? Maybe that's what's happening, right? But if you're convinced that you're supposed to give 3 lenders, I challenge you to actually do your research and find out for sure if that's the case. Because based on what us lenders have found, that's simply not true. It's either outdated or, I mean, where's the law that says that? You know what I'm saying? Like, where in the guidelines or where in the rules, where exactly anywhere is that documented, right? I've yet to see that. So, yeah, I think it's smarter to just partner with one lender, or you can be smooth about it. I mean, I don't know if it's illegal. I don't know if the advice I'm giving you is good, but maybe you can be like, okay, I'm gonna give you 3 names, but this is the one I would call, or this is the one I would call first, or this is my favorite, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that, right? Um, you know, so, but I definitely would not would not send them off to the internet. How do I know which one's the best lender? Well, do your research. No, that's wrong. Check out the reviews. No, that's wrong. That's really bad. That's bad advice. When you're telling your clients to do your research or Google them or check out the reviews, decide which one you want, you're literally just giving your client away, right? I mean, this is why us lenders, or at least me, I would never, ever, ever tell a client to, purposely go search online for the best lender or whatever, because literally I'm asking them to get pummeled by a bunch of ads and get sold a fake rate, right? And then end up wasting their time or energy or being served bad service, right? Especially with these, again, I'm not going to name anyone, but a lot of these larger mortgage companies. I mean, I'll give you a quick story, right? I have a friend who has a family member trying to refinance a house. They are sticking with their bank because that's where the mortgage is, and they literally bullied them into it's like, hey, we already started a file. If you don't complete the application, we're gonna have to deny it, or we're gonna have to adverse or whatever. And it made them feel like they're gonna get screwed when that's not true. That's predatory lending, right? I mean, if you apply, you decide not to apply anymore, nothing happens. Like, you're not gonna get like a penalty or fee or anything. There's no red marks. There's no like, oh, you know what, this person, they pretend they want to apply for a mortgage, but they don't. So let me go ahead and put them on the blacklist or red list or whatever. There's nothing like that, right? But that's how they felt, and they went forward with them. And the lenders dragging their feet. They never respond to their emails or text messages. I asked for disclosures. They still haven't gotten. I asked for disclosures like a couple of days ago. Like, meaning, what was the loan estimate? And they asked the person for the loan estimate, and the person has still not responded yet. It's been 3 days, right? I mean, this is a disclosure business. This is a transparency business that we're in. And these people are not responding with the information that they're looking for. And all of a sudden the rates change. They have a locked rate, and all of a sudden the rate's different now. Like, how is that legal? Right. And again, I don't want to talk crap about them, but there's a particular reason why this happens. A lot of people in general who work for the larger institutions like the banks, right, who are FDIC, they're not licensed loan officers because they don't have to be, right? They're protected by the FDIC licensing by the bank. So the bank itself has their own protection with the people that work for them. So if they do a bad job or screw up, it's okay because they're protected. They don't have to be a licensed loan officer. Like me, I had to go get a license. I had to pass a test. I had to pass a credit test. I had to pass a criminal test. They took my fingerprints. I had to go do a whole bunch of bullshit to prove that I'm worthy of my license, right? So it's important to me not to lose it. So I'm gonna do a good job, right? And every single one of my loans has my name on it with my license number on it. So it's me endorsing and putting my license on the line every single time I do a loan, every single time I take an application, actually. So it's important to me, right? So I do a good job, not just to make sure the customer's happy, but because I don't want my shit to get fucked up, right? But someone at, again, ABC Bank don't care because they didn't go through all that. And if they do a bad job on a loan, it doesn't matter to them because they're protected by the FDIC licensing by the bank. That's why you get a bad quality of service with the larger guys. Okay. And it's unfortunate that happens, but people don't know, they just know the brand. They try. I mean, it happened to me. I actually applied to my bank. Again, I'm not going to tell you who, because I did my business bank with them. I did my savings with them. I did my normal banking with them. My wife has the same account with that place. And I applied through a mortgage, and the person was impossible to get on the phone. They denied me, and I didn't know why. Now I know it's because I was selling cars at the time, and I didn't have 2 years of commission income yet. But when they denied me, I didn't know why. They didn't tell me why. I got a letter. Your application was denied or adverse, and I can never get an answer through text or email or phone calls. And I visited the branch that I've met the loan officer, and they go, "Oh, he covers 3 different branches." And I tried to find him in all 3 different branches. I couldn't find him because I needed to buy this house, right? So that was kind of the treatment I got from a bank loan officer or a FDIC protected loan officer, right? And I'm not saying that's the case across the board. It's just I hear about it a lot, and I personally experienced it, right? So, yeah, I mean, you guys can refer your business to whoever you want, but I'm just telling you what I've experienced as an actual applicant, how it felt to go through a bank, like an actual, big name bank, right? If you guess, you probably get it 50% of the time, you might get it right. I'm not going to tell the name, but 50% of the chance if you guess it, you might get the right name. So yeah, so sorry about that. I kind of went on a tangent on there. Any questions or any ahas or like that? All right. Well, I appreciate you guys being on this call. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I enlighten you. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe I influence you a little bit or give you some food for thought. And hopefully I didn't waste your time. Right. I really appreciate being on this call, and I will send a follow-up email with the slides and everything. And I will see you guys next week. This is Larry, the robot maker, robot general. I'm out.